I'm Justin Hayek, investment advisor with PI Financial. Join me on a ride with today's top CEOs. Hear the stories of their greatest achievements and failures. Get the inside on their secrets to investing and the latest on their next big deal. This is Car Ride Confessions of a CEO. Joining me on today's ride is Brian Paes-Braga, founder and CEO of Lithium X Energy, ticker symbol LIX on the TSX Venture. He's also a partner and managing director of Ferrari Group, as well as a key advisor to Hive blockchain technologies. Hive is one of the first publicly listed companies in the blockchain sector to achieve a market cap of over $1 billion. What are some of your qualities and traits that I guess have allowed you to be so successful compared to rest of your peers?
I think that everything comes down to in life really is hard work. Sounds cheesy or maybe like a typical answer, but like when hard work kind of meets opportunity, I really believe in that saying. Like that's when you kind of have that luck.
Right.
And before I met Frank, I'd been in the business for about 7 years, and I think this is one of the lessons that I learned.
Tell me about the first time you met Frank. What was that like? Who made the introduction and how did it go?
Yeah, so I'd seen Frank out a couple of times, but who made the first introduction was actually a girl that worked with me, a lovely girl by the name of Alex Element, and she got me an invite to his infamous birthday parties. They invited me. I got to meet him briefly. I mean, there's hundreds of people there, but that would have been 2014, summer 2014. And I'd really built a friendship with Frank for 6 to 12 months before I even brought him an opportunity. Okay. And that opportunity was not, hey man, like, can I get a check from you? Can I was like, hey, I got this opportunity. What do you think? And he's like, well, yeah, we were actually in Greece. And he's like, yeah, I think that's a great concept. I got a shell. You got the opportunity. Let's do this. Lithium X, which is something that consumes most of my attention still. It's a company I founded with Paul and Matizik and Frank Justra. We're in construction right now on our ponding facility down in Argentina. And we earlier this year sold our claims in Nevada to Pure Energy, which we believe is the leader down in Nevada. We're sitting on about $30+ million in working capital, no debt. And we own 100% of the asset, and we're just building away.
I want to talk a little bit about Hive, which is one of Fiori's latest deals, right? So it's a cryptocurrency mining company.
Correct.
Right? Is that how you define it? So
yep.
Partnership between Ferrari Group and Genesis Mining.
That's right.
Okay. So when you guys first started to look at it, what was kind of that one thing where you said, you know what, we have to go after this deal? Like it's too good because of this. What was it?
Comes down to that earlier question on what's more important, people or project. Mm-hmm. So the founder of Genesis is a young man, you're younger than me, by the name of Marco Strang. He founded it with 2 other partners, but Marco I met, and I just felt like, this is a talented guy. Like, this is a guy with vision. This is a guy with confidence and for lack of a better word, like he's got this conviction in him that it's addictive. When you meet in our business, where we put capital to work, you meet someone, you meet a jockey that you're like, this guy's a winner. So I met Marco. We structured a deal that put us in partnership, Fiore in partnership with Marco, and then who you've interviewed before, Frank Holmes, in there as chairman in the lead order on the initial financing. And the whole thesis of Hive is to become the largest publicly traded cryptocurrency miner in the world. Simple. And how we're going to execute on that, how we are executing on that, is Genesis is one of the largest cryptocurrency miners in the world. They've got a ton of assets that we have purchased in Iceland and in Sweden, and we're looking at other opportunities with them. And not only do they have existing assets, but they're getting thrown extremely big opportunities that they look at Hive as their growth vehicle for.
In one word, how would you describe Frank Giustra?
That's ridiculous. Big.
Big? Okay. Big can mean a lot of things, but maybe expand on it just a bit.
Sure. So what is big to Frank? He's got a big heart. He's got big ideas. He's got a big wallet. He's got,
I like that.
you know, he's got a big group of friends. He's got a big plane. He's got, I don't know. He's big. He's a big thinker. He's, I'd say big, man.
Okay, I like that.
Frank's big.
Okay. How about Chairman of Hive, Frank Holmes?
Focused. He's very focused. He's articulate.
Yeah.
So, Frank Holmes, which I've gotten to know a lot better with Hive. Man, oh man, is he articulate with a message and articulate with a vision on that company.
How would you describe yourself? Besides a lunatic.
Besides off my rocker. I hope people would see over time that get to know me. I do try to be fair. I really do. I try to be a steward of fairness. And I don't know, maybe that's tough, but I like to see an opportunity. I like to understand what's going to drive value in an opportunity, in a situation, what pistons are going to drive value, whether it's getting the word out there, being promoting, or capital, or the opportunity and the timing of that opportunity. And then going into my Rolodex, going into the Fiore Rolodex, and seeing what do we need to do to create value, and how do we fairly compensate everyone along that journey to make them feel a part of it, the opportunity to make them feel like they've been treated fairly, and I hope that people that have worked with me feel like, you know what, I was treated fairly.
What's the dumbest thing you've spent money on?
This is tough.
There's so many.
No, I mean, it depends how you look at it. For me,
yeah.
How... I'd say probably the Ferrari. I bought myself a Ferrari, but it's, like everything I do, it was used, I think it had its massive depreciation. I try to buy things of value. It was the one I always loved. It was the first Ferrari I ever drove when I was 17, 18.
Oh, yeah?
It's the same model, not the same car, the same model.
Yeah, gotcha.
And I always wanted it. And I bought myself, a secondhand Ferrari. And
come on, buddy, you're being a little modest.
I know, I mean it. That was probably the craziest thing I bought for myself.
Yeah. What's the most challenging part of being a CEO?
Responsibility.
Yeah.
Responsibility for all stakeholders. Responsibility for your team. Responsibility for that team being motivated and moving in the right direction. Responsibility for your shareholders. Responsibility for governance. Responsibility for other countries you're working on, responsibility for, every day. And this is, I think, the analogy we were talking about kids earlier, that I don't have kids, but it's a child. Like, you need to babysit that child every day.
Right.
And it's an amazing thing where there's more bad days than good, but when you've got your good days, they're the biggest highs.
Yeah.
They're such highs.
What's your favorite restaurant in the city? Favorite restaurant / bar?
I'm going to plug my own. I'm very much going to plug my own. Yeah. Banter Room is a place in Yaletown. I'd say more on the bar side.
Right.
And the reason I like it, I think that a lot of people like it. Again, I'm very biased because it's a place where everyone knows your name, and that's great. I think that's the feeling we're trying to give everyone there.
Buddy, awesome. Appreciate it so much, honestly.
Thank you.
This is great.
My pleasure. Anytime.